Presenting the No Fucks Given Hour on FGR with your host, the Unknown Factor.
Yeah, see, I told you fuckers, we'd be back. Yeah, this is it, FGR, No Fucks Given Hour. I'm the Unknown Factor. And I told you, before the day was out, we'd have some random shit. A man that goes by many names. But we'll just call him Mega Ran for the moment. How you doing, dog?
Hey, I'm good, man. How are you?
Man, I'm great. Just over here fucking about, you know what I'm saying? I'm honestly like, dude, I think it's kind of cool as fuck you came on because I'll be real honest. Your shit's hip hop, and I only discovered your music recently, dog. And one, oh my god, you've got a lot of music. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know that. There's a lot of stuff, man. I work way too hard. I put out way too much music.
Radio.
Yeah, my wife makes a valid point. I could make a Mega Ran radio, dude, for real. There's enough there. Like, holy shit, man. So what I've had the chance to listen
You're
to,
right.
yeah, has been dope as fuck, man. I only honestly ran across you because you're getting ready to go out on a tour with MC Chris, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's dope, dog. Fucking, because I knew MC Chris from a while ago. Guy that I actually knew from back in the day introduced me to him. I'm actually hopefully going to have him on the air because he's known you for quite some time, it seems. I'm kind of annoyed that he didn't inform me of your shit earlier as opposed to me having to just randomly run across on a fucking face and be like,
Fuck Carl.
what a dick. Fucking dick.
Well, he brought me out on tour in 2011. He kind of like, he really gave me the first kind of reach out that really like launched my career. So I definitely owe a lot to him. MC Chris is like my OG elder in this nerd rap game. So so 2011 we did a whole nationwide tour together, and so now we're revisiting the old team again, 5 years later to show everybody what we got new going on.
Oh, man. Hell yeah. I hope to honestly get MC Chris on the show at a later point in date, but I just want to say, I don't know did you take a look at the site at all, Ran?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So you noticed that nerdcore is not a specialty of ours, right?
Right.
Yeah. But I love
noticed.
it. Yeah, I'm down with good hip hop. I don't give a shit where it is, dude. Like, it is mainly, we play a lot of horrorcore on the station, though, but if it's good hip hop or rap, that's what it's about, man. I personally, they say I do horrorcore. I don't know if you've had a chance to listen to any of mine. There's a lot of nerd shit in there, though, so it's I'm trying to blur the lines, man. But I want to know, when you
I think that's
go
what
ahead,
it's all about. Oh, no, I think that's what it's all about, is trying to blur the lines and do it as much as you can to weaving within like different subgenres. Because I mean, even in traditional commercial rap, you hear nerd elements. You know what I mean? So I think it's just good music and bad music. I wish that's what it was. But I think, considering some people need a subgenre or a label to throw on something so that they can, kind of relate to it or understand it. But I think it's just any fan of hip-hop, whether it's hardcore or underground rap or commercial rap or trap rap or whatever, will enjoy, I think, the stuff that I do. I think just give it a chance.
Yeah, I did, dude, for sure. Now, dude, what I want to go into right from that, first off, this gentleman right here used to be a special education teacher, which, dude, that in itself is awesome. So I just got to know, dude, how is it you went from doing that as a career, as a full-grown adult, obviously, to doing nerdcore like you do? You know what I'm saying? Just because obviously I've listened to quite a good deal of your shit. Not all of it. I wouldn't even say all of it is nerdcore. There's some of it I would say is more straight-up hip-hop if you have to attach a label, that is. But what made you want to go that route from being a teacher?
Well, honestly, I was doing both. I was writing rap songs in my spare time and just having fun with it. And I was playing open mics and playing shows. And then all of a sudden I had a bunch of people who said, dude, you should try to really make something of this. Like, you should give this a little more effort and time. And so luckily I was able to do that as a teacher because you get your weekends off, you get your summers off. So I was able to travel. I did a little tour that I put together myself, and it worked out okay. And then a couple years later, I put out another record that did really well online. And I looked up, and it was like, whoa, it was in the top 20 on iTunes, and I just couldn't believe it.
Damn.
And then I thought, man, I'm right next to a bunch of artists that don't work a day job, that just put all their all into music. So that's what really made me do it. I said, okay, I'm going to save up a little bit of money and just do it. And so I did. I quit my teaching job and started working on trying to make music a full-time career. And it's been tough, but it's been like 5 years since then, and I've been doing this, to make a living.
So, I'm curious, because a teacher's salary isn't much. I don't think that's a subject anyone that listens out there would want to debate. It's not. It's not a significant salary. So how did you find, man, really going from that into a career, really, that is very much self-driven? Because, I mean, if you ain't driven doing what you're doing and doing what I'm doing, then you're screwed. It's the only way to make money. So what was that transition?
You can't do it.
Dog?
Oh, man, it was rough. But I just realized, man, even as a teacher, and a lot of my friends go through it too, I realized that I was broke on payday every single time as a teacher. Every 2 weeks, I had nothing in my bank account, scrape until payday. And then I got paid, and then it would go all the way to bills. And so I realized I really had nothing. I wasn't able to save money. I wasn't able to really put together any sort of plan because I was always broke. So I figured, man, I can do that. I can survive doing music and being almost broke if I just cut out some of my expenses. So cut my cell phone plan down, got a couple roommates, just cut out all the unnecessary expenses, the cable, the Netflix, the sneakers that I love to pick up every couple weeks, miss a few meals here and there, and then you just figure it out. And I think that's what I did, and somehow it wound up working out for me.
Well, man, I'll tell you another thing I'm curious on, for real. Like mad respect for the grind you're on, by the way, Mega Ran, for real. I mean, because it was when you did that thing on Independence Day where you put a bunch of your shit up for free. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
I made all my music free, pay what you want, because, to celebrate independence. I feel like anyone, especially in the spirit of what we celebrate on July 4th, I feel like that's exactly what I did. I traveled to a new land hoping to make it and do it the way I wanted to do it. And luckily it worked out, but it only worked out because of the support of friends and fam. So I decided to give back on the 4th of July and make sure that everybody would get a hold of it. Plus, like you said, I got a lot of music. There's a whole lot of stuff. So what I want is to give people an opportunity once a year. So I'm probably going to do it every year. But so once a year, everybody will have an opportunity to get everything. So that when I play a show and you're at the show, you're like, oh, I got this song. I heard this song. You know what I mean? So you're not out of the loop.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking awesome. I appreciate that. And I also appreciate the fact that you did that because it let me check out the library of shit. And first off, when I clicked in and it was like, I'm giving away all my music for free. First off, I did not expect it to be the amount of shit that it was, Ram. Damn. I was like, this is a lot of music and I don't have enough time to listen to it all. Like, I would need the powers of Jamie Madrox, not the one from Twisted, the one from X Factor, to be able to have the time to listen to all your fucking music, dude. I shit you not.
Yeah, there's a lot, man. I put it into iTunes one day, and it was like, it shows how long it is, and it's like 6.5 days of music, of just songs that I put out. So you can listen to me for a week, pretty much, and not hear the same song twice, which is crazy. But for me, I feel like I'm making up for lost time. Like, I'm an older guy. I am in my late 30s. My birthday's tomorrow, actually. And I'm looking at it like I had a lot of ideas when I was young, but I didn't know how to execute them. And so now that I do know how to execute, I am making sure to get them all out, while I have the people's ear where they're willing to listen to me, and while I have a platform, I want to make sure that all my cool ideas and crazy, wacky ideas get put into songs like I really want them to do. So that's really what it is.
Hell yeah, man. I respect that. I do, because, I do music as well. I don't know if you know, dog, because I do it's been a weird fucking roller coaster ride, but I just started real recently as well. I started writing when I was 30. I started writing rhymes, so I respect the fact that you being able to, like, well, fuck, I'm old. I better jump into this real hardcore now, or I'm screwed. Yeah, I totally get you, dude. I'm curious though, dude, especially with the genre that you do. And technically, like I said, people define you as nerdcore. I've had a chance to go through, I won't say a chunk of your music, because I ain't spent 3 days listening to it. No, he said 6, so I figured 3 days would get me a chunk of it, right? You know, I mean, for real. I'm just being honest. But I've got a chance to check out a sample here and there, like, because I've just been listening to random tracks off a random CD, just so I could get a feel for everything across the board. And the thing I noticed, dog, is there are times where you do shit that is, I would very much define as nerdcore, if you want to put a label on it again. And you do other shit that I would consider way more an old school hip hop vibe, you know?
Yeah.
And especially
I can agree with that.
Yeah. And especially the beats you use, dude, like the way you, like, sometimes sample from, like, a Marvin Gaye or something like that, somebody that's an old school, you know, and then sometimes you're sampling off of video games. How is it you separate those two things from, you know, this is random and this is Mega Ran?
Well, I used to make a really, really strong effort to try to make sure that was separated so people would know, like, okay, this is a random album, and then it's a Mega Ran album. But I feel like you can't truly be a guy named Random if your art is predictable. So I decided to just mix it up and mash it up. And so that led to me then dropping the name Random and just going with Mega Ran, because I feel like that's where all of my fun and creativity has come from, is working throughout that name and balancing the two sides of me. So for my new album, Random, that's why I kind of did that, because in the beginning, I was a guy named Random putting out an album called Mega Ran. And now, in 2016, I'm a guy named Mega Ran putting out an album called Random. So it's kind of like this full circle finding of yourself, if that makes any sense. And that's kind of where I am. So I'm now comfortable with creating music that maybe is inspired by video games as well as inspired by real life. And I can do that in the same song. So songs like Infinite Lives and things like that, I'm able to make that distinction and put them all together, because I feel like all of it makes up a piece of me. And I don't want to separate it really any further. I feel like I've done it enough, where there's albums that I have out that are just video games, and then I have albums that are just not video games. So I want to be able to use both of my inspirations within a single song, a single album, a single project. And so that's what I did.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. That's crazy, dude.
Hello?
Like, for real. And look, wait, who I got?
Man, it's D.
It's D. This is my homie D. This is the gentleman that actually introduced me to MC Chris, and then was like, "You got Mega Ran?" Like, hey, he's gonna fucking nerd out a little for you, just so you know, dog. For real.
Is he on? Is he on with us now?
Yeah, I'm here right now.
Dude, oh my God, I'm marking out right now, dude. You're in my top 10, dude. You're up there with, like, Guru from Gangstar and stuff. Like, you are a legend, bro. So your music, I haven't got to explore your whole catalog, because I'm gonna be honest, you're like one of the only artists who I spring out the money and I buy your CDs, dude. And your Mega Ran CDs, your Black Materia, that Forever Famicom, just, man, epic stuff you put out, man. I'm just so shocked right now, dude.
Thank you so much. And you mentioned Guru of Gangstar, who's like my probably number one inspiration. So that's
really
big. So thank you. Yeah, absolutely, man. I love the Gangstar albums. Like
I love Gangstar. I would put like your work up there with them, man. Your work is legendary, man.
Wow. Thank you, man. That really means a lot. Now I'm like marking out. That's crazy.
Yes.
And then I always wanted to know, dude, how did you hook up with K Murdoch, dude? Because you over his beat is just, man, it is. You guys are like magic together. You guys make magic every time you guys get in the studio, it seems like.
So K Murdoch and I, it's so crazy because he worked for a radio show on a Sirius XM radio, and I sent him my music so he could play it on the show, not realizing that K Murdoch was also a producer who worked with a group called Panacea. And so I didn't realize it. And then he messaged me back on MySpace. This was so far back in the day. He messaged me on MySpace. He's like, dude, I heard your album, and this is amazing. I heard your 2 albums, my first 2 albums, The Call and Megaran. And he's like, dude, I want to combine both of these, and I want to do something where I'm making beats about, like, beats of video game samples, but yet the lyrics are real-life world fantasy stuff driven. And I was looking for the MC for it, and I think you're the perfect MC for it. And I was like, what? Get out of here. And so he started sending me tracks, and we hadn't even met. We didn't meet for a year after that. And then we met up at in D.C. I went to his house to record one of the songs, Dream Master, which is one of my favorites in that album. And that was the first time we met, and we just hit it off, man. He's been one of my best friends and, like, inspirations. And people love the music we put together. I love the music we put together. Like, I think he's one of the few guys that works just as hard as me. And he's actually about to have another baby. He's on daddy duty a lot. But I'm really proud of the stuff that him and I have done together, and we're still working on more. We do new stuff now all the time. We don't put a lot of it out. We're just trying to stockpile.
Yeah, I seen that Pokemon Go track, and I wasn't really a fan after Pokemon Go, but after you put that track out, you know, I can respect it a lot more, you know.
Thank you, man. Like, and that felt like, to me, it was perfect Megaran and K Murdoch, like, where it's a nice, smooth hip-hop beat, and there's a message within it, and it's fun music. And I think that's what I've been able to create with him, is find this zone where I'm able to do music with heart and substance, as well as have fun with it. And so he brings a lot of cool stuff out of me, so I love working with him.
Hey, man, I got to know.
And then I got another question for you.
Real quick.
I got to really ask this
I'll let
him.
you get to
All right,
this.
go ahead.
I'll let you get to this, I promise. Just based on what he's asked, I got to know, though, because my producer currently is, I've never met him. I don't know Dosa Demon. I know Dosa Demon. I know of him. Me and him have conversated on Facebook. But short of that, I've never met the man face to face. So I just want to know, what was it like for over that year process? You working with someone at that level, but never meeting them face to face and being able to have that kind of conversation.
It was hard, man. Like, because that was the first time I'd really done that. And I had heard of friends doing it, like meeting guys on message boards and doing albums together. And but I had never done it up to that point. And I was also, you know, working hard as a teacher and like doing gigs on the weekends or at night. So sometimes he would need something back from me at a crucial time, and I wasn't able to do it, or I would need a mix back from him at a crucial time. And we had a feeling out process, which took a few months, I would think, where I felt like he wasn't quite laying the vocals on the track exactly the way they were, the way I experienced them and felt them. And I'm like, oh, it's a little late. No, it's a little early. I can't figure it out. So we've had a lot of those discussions. And but, you know, I think just us spending time on the phone or just spending time just chatting a lot and learning about each other and learning about our influences and our lives, I think that helped us a lot, as far as it helped him probably craft beats better that were to my liking, and as well as me trying to work on, you know, getting within his sound. Because before that, I had never had anyone tell me what to do, but just kind of direct me on a song and say, hey, I thought this song would be about this, you know. And so I think what produces and not just makes beats, there's a huge difference. And I learned that from working with him, because he crafts songs. So it's not about the particular moment. It's about the entire feeling you're going to get from the beginning, middle, and end. And so I learned a whole lot about myself in that process, in that year of working with him. I hope that answers your question.
Hell yeah. Go ahead, D. What you got?
I got a question for you, because I'm a huge. When you did the tracks with Whitey Cracker and Murs, were you actually getting to work in the studio with them, or did they just happen and you guys like talk through the internet?
Okay, so Whitey Cracker and I have actually done about 2 or 3 songs together, maybe only 1 or 2.
Yeah, that Robot City is probably one of my favorite songs ever.
Thank you. Like, that's what because I'd heard his NES album the year before that, and I definitely wanted him on it because he inspired me to rap over video game beats. And I was like, dude, I want you on this. he actually get in the studio that time. But since then, we've been in the studio a few times. And Murs, the same thing. We actually could have gotten into the studio because he moved to Arizona, and I didn't know that, and I live in Arizona. But right before that, he had actually sent it to me, and I was like, oh, well, it's already in my inbox, so we may as well just work with that. And, like, he made, and he was able to not much I can say about, I can't say that for the other person who's on that track. If you go back and look at it, I had a very difficult time working with that other gentleman. But I feel like Murs is super professional. And since then, I've had a great relationship. I feel like Murs is like a mentor to me now.
Guys, on the track together, you guys really sound good together, like on the track. I had a couple tracks. I've heard 2 tracks with you on the RDNM album, and those tracks I really like just the way you guys sounded together on those tracks. And I'm looking forward to hopefully you guys doing definitely more music together.
Yeah, that is the plan. That is the plan. We talk about it all the time.
Yeah, man, I'm interested. I haven't heard the track you've done with Murs yet. I know you sent it to me earlier, Diggy, but we were on fucking air.
Yeah, I sent it to you earlier.
We were on air for like 4 goddamn hours, dude, and then I had to run and get my wife. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? It's not like I can save the fucking world, but shit, Mega Man can. Go save the world. We'll be right back.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
All right, cool, man.
You want to know what happens to an eyeball when it gets punctured? You got any idea how much blood jets out of a guy's neck when his throat's been slit?
All right, just go ahead. Let me. Man, I hate being put on the spot. Son of a bitch.
Do you know what the most frightening thing in the world is?
This is Demonic Swagger on fucking no fucking giving fucks.
He said a bad language word.
All right. All right. This is Demonic Swagger on No Fucks Given Radio.
For gosh sake, watch your language.
You can peep my shit. Just type my name into Google. It ain't that fucking hard.
Language.
Demonic Swagger. Type it in on Google. You find everything about me. It's right there, the first fucking page.
Ooh, you kiss your mother with that mouth?
And if it ain't, let me know, and I'm gonna smash some fucking faces.
Wait a second. No one else is going to deal with the fact that
No fucks given.
just said language?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
We're back. Yeah. No fucks given hour. That's what's up in FGR. I still am the unknown factor. And check it out. We still got Mega Ran in the house as well as my homie D. I think he might become more of a permanent fixture. Ah, shit. I was supposed to have Mikey call in while I was on that track. And I forgot to message him because we was chatting and shit. Oops. I'm gonna get in trouble. I was paying too much attention to the conversation y'all were having about the shit that fucking Ran over here has done, which is insane. Real quick, I just want to cover for everybody, the background noise that you're hearing is because Mega Ran is in the San Diego Comic-Con right now. So it's gonna be a little loud. He can't do nothing about that. It's not like he's in the booth.
I'm actually, well, that's funny. I'm in a quiet room, but I think everything sounds like it's kind of bouncing around here.
Oh, yeah, dude.
But yes, there are a few people.
Yeah.
I apologize for that.
Oh, no. You're good, man. Look, it's no fucks given for a reason, dog. You know what I'm saying? All this is about is getting good music out there. Nothing else, dude. And anytime I find some, I'll definitely hook it up. But, dude, hey, D, keep asking this cat questions, because, damn, you're asking shit.
So
like,
I wanted to know, too, what was it like going to do the Emerald Nights tour and doing the album over there in England? And how was that with the gentleman's name? I always say it wrong. It's Bag of Tricks Cat. Did I say it right?
Yes.
I always mix them up.
Cat,
yeah.
Felix.
How was that? Yeah.
Oh, that was awesome, man. It was fun because, like I said, we're always looking into new adventures and new ways to do something that we haven't done before. And I've been to the UK twice, but I never recorded over there. So this time we were just determined to work on getting something new done that wouldn't have been done before, and making that trip extra special. So now every time I think of the UK, I can think of the time that I recorded an album, you know, in some tracks in London, some tracks in Bristol, some tracks in Brighton, some tracks in Birmingham, you know. And so putting that together with Felix was awesome. Felix is a young cat, but I think he's gonna be like running the scene soon in a few years. And I think because of his mind state, his mentality, he never makes excuses. He's always out ready to hustle. And I mean, there's no young kid I know that has that kind of mentality like he does. And I think it's going to get him really far. And so be on the lookout for Braggatorious Cat. He's going to keep killing it. The album came out really, really well. I love that stuff.
Yeah, it did. It did. I was amazed by that. Just another great album by him. Just more and more. And then like Mad Mania that you just had up, that came out, right around WrestleMania, didn't it? Or right after, was it? What was that like working on?
Yeah, that shit killed me, dog. Like, the first time I listened to it, just like the Undertaker one you did, like to where you used, like how you sampled that. Yeah, that's nuts. I love it.
Oh, dude, thanks, man. There's a really dope guy that I know, my friend Casey Links Kinetic, who put together some amazing tracks, like just fire. He sent me like Undertaker, Macho Man. He asked me who my favorite guys were, and then we just kind of went through from there. And then we made it happen. And I'm really proud of how it came out. And we wanted to time it with WrestleMania. I'm all about timing things and linking things to very important events. And WrestleMania was big for us. We went to it. We got a chance to enjoy it and hang out with some friends out there. We went to a convention, WrestleCon, and we were able to like tell it there on the table next to a bunch of amazing wrestlers. Like, we're sitting next to the wrestlers, and that was awesome too. So I wanted it to be all of a part of a moment, and I love the way it came out, man. And it made me some cool friends in the wrestling business, and I think it not only that, I think it was a good transition for me to work on doing some new things that I love. So I started a podcast and some other stuff after that, and yeah, man, it was awesome.
Ooh, yeah, to be honest, I've gotten you some new fans from that album. Friends of mine, friends that are wrestling fans. I'm like, hey, check this out. This dude Megaran made a whole CD about wrestling, and they've become fans of you just off of that CD alone.
But check it out, Ran. At the same time, he's slacking.
Yeah.
Because the homie of his he knows that runs a fucking radio, that is a fan of MC Chris, and he's the one that introduced him, doesn't tell him shit about you. Dude,
really?
Come on.
What?
Wow.
It's too easy, dog. I'm sorry. Don't set yourself up, for real. It's terrible. You know I'll do it. Hey, but real quick, on the note of wrestling, I just got to sell promo a little. Everybody know I got a show coming up in Indiana with Sick Minded Wrestling on September 24th, right? And you're going to see the Unknown Factor, most of Sick Minded music out there. You can check that shit out. You can find the event right up off my Unknown Factor page, man. So I just want to know, Megaran, dude, you're obviously running around like for real. You're just trying to run out, I swear. How do you find touring like that, dude? And what do you got coming up, too?
Oh, man, the tour schedule is going to be intense. I am going from, going all over the place. We are here this weekend in San Francisco. Next week, I'm going to Japan, actually, for a week. Doing a couple of gigs in Tokyo and Yokohama. We work with a couple of great guys out there. There's a Chip Tune Festival and other stuff going on out there. And then I'll be back, and then I'm going to Tulsa, Oklahoma for a convention with my boy Ronald Foss and others. And then in a week after that, I'll be starting this 2-month tour with MC Chris and MC Lars. And then we come home for like a week, and then we go to the UK for a winter portion of that tour with me, MC Lars, and MC Chris, and Cuckoo Kangaroo. So it's going to be insane. So the rest of my year is completely booked out, and it's a good feeling, and it's a testament to, I think, all the hard work. And it feels good. It really does.
Hell yeah, man. No, dude, I got to ask, because you're at a convention now. You said you got plans to go to another. What made you decide to have that be part of what you did?
I'm sorry, I missed that question. What was that?
Oh, well, what is it that made you decide to have conventions be part of what you do to push your music? Because that's not something you see that commonly in music, dog.
No, it's not. But honestly, it was the beginning for me. Like, the first time I really got love for my music, it was at a convention when Capcom heard my Mega Man album, then I thought they were going to kind of sue me and shut me down. What they asked me was, hey, we're doing a Comic-Con in San Diego. Would you like to come out and sign autographs at our table? And I was like, what is that? Like, I had never done that before. And then they said, yeah, come on out and do it. Well, you're our special invited guest. And so I came, and it went really well. And so I thought, wow, man, at that point I was the only rapper, only really performing musician at Comic-Con, anime conventions, any gaming conventions. And so I really enjoyed myself. And so that's from there we just started working, and I just became the Comic-Con guy because I wanted to keep doing it. Like, nothing beats, I mean, as much as it's fun as it is to go to a venue and play a show and rock out and then go home or get into a car and drive, it's even more fun to come out to a cool place for the weekend, stay in a hotel, play a show, go back to your hotel and rest, and then be able to walk around the event and enjoy yourself, you know, and see all the things you love, from comics to games to cool cosplay. So everything you love is there. And so I think conventions are the way to go, and it's something that apparently was just an untapped thing that nobody had thought about. And so I'm really happy to be one of the first musicians, as far as I know, it was the first concert to be held on a Comic-Con floor.
Oh, you
was a part of that, so I'm able to.
Yeah, I've never heard.
So I'm able to say that, which is cool, and it's different, you know. And sometimes you run into audiences who have no idea what they're getting into, and they, you know. But more often than not, you know, you're speaking their language, and you get to have a good time with people who. What better people to hang out with than the people who understand the references you're going to make, you know?
Oh, yeah, dude, totally. So, real quick, dog, I just got to ask.
I would say, you and MC Chris and Whitey Cracker have really became the voice for, a lot of nerds and a lot of people who, it's cool to be a nerd now. It's basically, you know, like you said in the Pokemon song. We've taken over, you know. We used to get made fun of for being the kids playing video games and stuff like that. Now, I've heard mainstream rappers have 8-bit beats and stuff like that sometimes. It's crazy how things have changed.
Well, I'm just curious.
It's amazing how you can just reach out through so many avenues of your music. Not only are you at the conventions for the games, but hip-hop heads like your music for your random CDs, and then you've reached out to a whole other avenue with the wrestling. It's just, you're working your ass off, man. I got so much respect for you.
Thank you, man. It's, you know, and I think finally the work is kind of paying off, but it shows me that there's never a chance to kind of rest on your laurels. You've got to keep working and just keep on going. And it's been fun to do it. As long as I enjoy it, it's not work to me, you know?
Yeah, man.
Have you ever thought about doing a CD for the Super Nintendo?
Maybe we call it Super Famicom. I don't know. But what I did with you're full of ideas. This is like an A&R's meeting or something. You're like,
oh man, I used to be in radio back in the day. I miss the industry so much.
He bugs me about shit I need to do
really
with my
good
music
stuff
all the time, random. Like, you should do this or you should do that. I'm gonna fucking kick his ass. But I mean, he's got good ideas, so I really can't, you know, say anything that's bad about it.
When he first started this station, he's like, how do I get people on the air? And I taught him how to book guests and stuff. Because when I first started in radio, there's a radio school out here called Specs Howard. And I ended up getting my first job out of there down in Indiana for ESPN in a sports station. But my friend who worked for me at the radio station ran the college station. And luckily, on the weekends, the college station did hip-hop. So I got to work with hip-hop and do a lot of fun stuff. And I definitely have something I miss, and I definitely am probably going to get back into it with having no fucks given, that's for sure.
Yeah. I want to ask you something, Mega Ran, man. I mean, you're obviously what one would define as a nerd, which is fine, dude. So am I. If you came in my studio, it's littered with comic book fucking related shit. You know what I'm saying? And I see that you've used a large portion of the video game. Do you ever want to dive into like a different aspect of nerddom, which I know you have a little bit of wrestling, but do you have any intents to do anything else as far as maybe like dive into comics really hard or something like that?
Yeah. I mean, I have a plan. I don't want to say it yet because I haven't even started it, but I do. Like, I feel like the wrestling thing has showed me that it is, and it is okay for me to kind of dive into the other things that I love. So there's a whole lot of other aspects of nerd culture that I'm way into. that I haven't put into music yet. So it will be coming very soon. So look out for that.
Well, let me just ask you, would you ever consider doing something that goes to the horrorcore level?
You know, I don't know. And I think maybe working with some people who have done that before, I think can kind of like lead me in that direction. But I don't know. I don't know if I would per se. I'm not a huge
I could
horror
so see you over
guy.
on Michael Myers' beat.
Hey, no, look.
I might, you know.
Yeah, D, you've heard that track Anti-Hero, right?
Yeah.
That's a horrorcore
About
track
the,
that this dude right here would fit on.
Yeah, like I could definitely see Megaran doing a track about all the anti-heroes and comic books and video games and stuff like that, and I could see him doing a song on like Punisher or something like that. You know what I mean? You're a master at telling stories on the mic, man. That Street Fighter 2K10 song is one of my favorite songs ever, dude. It gives me chills when I listen to it.
Oh man, thank you. I had a lot of people hit me up about that. Like, dude, you got to play that song live. And it's like I don't really know how the song would translate live, so but I really love the song a lot. Like, and taking those, you know, taking a concept and an old story and then just flipping it into something new is something that I really enjoy doing. And so yeah, 2K10 that was one of my favorite moments.
Yeah, so, you're a master at that, sir.
On the note of what you just said, dude, you've got tracks that you worry about how they would come off live then?
Mm-hmm.
What is it about it that makes you think it wouldn't translate properly to a live performance?
Usually, I don't know, because I'm way into crowd participation, and I feel like a song that tells a story is just going to, if the story is a little convoluted, like that one kind of is, then I think it's just going to lead to people just watching my mouth and not really doing anything else. You know what I mean? So it doesn't have a chorus, it doesn't have a catchy chorus, it doesn't go back to any refrain. So there's not going to be any part that they've heard before. Try to figure out what's happening. So, yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I lost you for a second, man. Sorry. But you're good.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Honestly, I feel like it's one of those songs where people are going to spend most of the time watching my mouth, and I would like a song where they have a chorus that's memorable or that repeats, but there's no piece of that song that repeats. So it, to me, would just lead to people not being engaged, but just kind of watching. And I like for a song that kind of get people going a little bit. And I'm not sure if that's one that would keep people going a lot. Not sure.
What's your favorite song to perform?
I like the language arts song to get people to put their hands up and wave them around like they know the answer. I like that. I like Dream Master a whole lot. I think that really captures the audience a whole lot and gets a great response every time. Lately, I've been playing the Macho Man Randy Savage song a lot, and it's getting a great response. Infinite Lives off the new album has gotten a good response as well. Favorite song. So there's a lot of them that I really enjoy.
Well, how could there not be? I mean, when you got 6 days worth of music talk.
Hey, let me ask you. We talked about it earlier. If you could pick any producer to go in the studio with, who would you pick?
Well, any producer, I would say DJ Premier, no question.
DJ Premier, that's who I picked too.
I mean, everybody would say like Dr. Dre, and he's probably up there for me too. But I think DJ Premier has done so much for me, and I just think it would just be such I wouldn't get anything done probably for the first 2 or 3 days. It would just be like, dude, I'm in the studio with Premier. I just want to watch you do what you do. Like, I don't even want to interrupt, So
I know I'd be so starstruck to be around that man.
Yeah, it would be like an out-of-body experience, man. I saw him at South by Southwest, and I was afraid to walk up to him and say hi because I was just like, dude, I don't get starstruck a lot, but that's one guy where I was just like, oh, my gosh, this is like a living rap legend right in front of me.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, I'd be the same way, too, man. DJ Primo is just he's one of the producers that made me really fall in love with hip-hop, hearing him. It was him and Tupac, really. Once I heard Tupac, that was, like, really introduced me into rap. But as soon as I heard, like, the DJ Premier beat, it was on the Capone and Noriega CD. It was the song Invincible. instantly had to look on the CD and see who produced the track, and then from there I like looked up DJ Premier everything, and then that's when I got into Gangstar and everything.
Yep. Oh,
Man,
wow.
see-
That was a good way to come in.
Y'all make me feel kind of out of place because I swear the main thing I know about as far as rap goes is like horrorcore. You know, it really.
I'm gonna have to teach you, man. We're gonna have to expand your
Dude,
mind on the
look,
hip
no,
hop.
hey, look, the
But there's
CD
some
that
great
got me
stuff in there. I
started.
mean, Necro is amazing. So what was your intro to horrorcore then? Like, what was your intro? Like, where you were like, yo, this is it.
Well, my introduction to rap was West Side Connection's New World Order, right? And from there, I listened to a little bit of rap, but then I think it was shit, dude. I couldn't tell you if it was the Riddle Box or if it was the Great Malenko, because I got them in succession. Like I got one, and then I got the other like the next fucking day, because the shit was on point. Like it was just something I really felt. But yeah, that's what really it was. It was the Insane Clown Posse back in the day, man. I want to say it was the Riddle Box, but that's been a long time ago, man, and my brain is convoluted with all kinds of bullshit.
When those CDs came out, those two ICP CDs where I'm from, it like changed the whole game up here. ICP really just like took off and got respect in their own hometown after those two.
Nice.
So I'm curious then, Ram, man, what's your opinion of the rap scene as it stands, man? I mean, everything from, you know, the motherfuckers who are underground and nobody really knows their names to, you know, Kanye West and shit. Like, what do you think the state of
who do you
the
listen
hip-hop
to?
industry is?
Well, I think right now this is a great time for music, for hip-hop especially. I think that, surprisingly, I mean, a lot of weird stuff's happening, but at the same time, a lot of artists are innovating more than I remember in recent years. So, in the last few years or so, I mean, guys like Kendrick and J. Cole, and there's just been so much really good, interesting rap popping up, and it's really making me feel pretty good about it. So, honestly, I think it's better than ever. I mean, plus with the internet, like it's just so easy to just go dig up somebody who just no one's heard and be like, this is great, you know. So that's what happens. Usually every week I find something that's amazing. There's a lady by the name of No Name from Chicago who's like just put out an album called Telephone, which is like non-stop rotation for me. And it's honestly like she's not the best rapper, but I think that the music is so perfect. I think that everything just fits together. It's so smooth, and it's just pleasing to the ears to the point where she's nailed it, you know. And I feel like being able to work with what you got, you know, and making things awesome is something that I think guys and girls are doing today more so than any other year. So I've been into that. I've been into a lot of UK grime stuff. So there's just been really new, challenging stuff popping up, which is that makes me excited.
Well, I just gotta know, dog. Do you listen to any horrorcore? I'm just curious.
I like Necro a whole lot. Does he count as horrorcore?
Now,
he should count, right?
You're not
Necro,
referring
that's
to Tommy
Ill Bill's
Necro,
brother,
right?
ain't
You're
it?
referring to Necro, who, yeah, his brother's line.
Necro that's Ill Bill's brother, ain't it? Or he's related to Ill Bill?
Yeah. He's down with Ill Bill.
Yeah.
Okay,
I would consider like
stuff.
Necro and Vinny Paz a little horrorcore sometimes, and some of the Jedi mind tricks. It gets pretty graphic.
Yeah, and I like graphic stuff. I can get into it, you know, when it paints a picture for me. I think because it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Sometimes you want to splatter some blood. So I mean, I feel it.
Let me ask you: have you ever listened to R.A. the Rugged Man?
Yeah, a little bit. I like his stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you never heard him, you should really check out that CD he did. Legends Never Die. That was a good CD. That was just a good all around. Like it had old school, like the boom bap hip hop. It had the tracks that make you think. It was just a good CD.
Awesome. I think I'm gonna check it out. He just like introduced the world to this guy Afro, this 17-year-old kid.
Oh yeah, Afro is nuts
Yeah,
off the chain.
Unreal. Yeah, he's unreal.
Yeah, on his new CD, did you see he's going to have a track with Premier? He was posting stuff on Facebook that he was in the studio with him.
I saw that, man. That's so epic.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I'm excited. I'm really excited for his first CD. And that competition that he found. You just looking at Afro, he doesn't look like he would have that kind of voice and that kind of flow, but it's just amazing.
All I know is y'all make me feel like I need to catch up on like some more mainstream hip hop. You know,
this isn't mainstream what we're talking about.
Well,
this is a lot of underground.
Look, it's
stuff
not as
we're
underground
talking
as
about.
Static fucking G, is it?
Well, this is a lot of like old school heads too. Like Primo's old school. I wouldn't consider DJ Primo underground, but like R.A. the Rugged Man, he has a little bit of controversy in the industry. Yeah, that kid he signed, that his new artist. You got an artist too, don't you, Magaran?
I do. A guy named Sky Blue, who I'm a big fan of. He's out. His new album's out now. I've been working on helping him promote his new record, and you know, so I try my best to, when I find something that I like, you know, I try to shine a light on it.
I couldn't remember his name off the top of my head, but I was really impressed with him too. He's a younger kid too, isn't he?
Yes. He's a younger guy, man, but he's been around. He's been making music for a while. He hit me up like 5 years ago about putting out some of his stuff and working together, and I can't front. I kind of ignored it by accident. I was like, yeah, okay, you know. And then just persistence, and I think just seeing him doing his thing like in his hometown and other places, I was like, oh, all right, well, I'm going to work with him.
Hell yeah, man. See, and I think that's an example of how much the internet has changed the game. I want to ask you a question I asked most of the guests I got on here, dog. I'm curious, what do you think overall the internet has done to the music scene as a whole, man? Because it's obviously changed it drastically. It makes it so much easier for someone to just put something out.
It's killed it. No, I'm just kidding. No, killed it in a good way, because I honestly, like, I wouldn't be around if it wasn't for that. So, you know, just...
Oh, I definitely agree.
And it makes me kind of almost sad to think, like, man, before the internet, so before, like, 95, 96, when an artist was really good, he needed so many other things to work out for him. You needed to know somebody in the industry, to know somebody who could pass your stuff to someone in the industry. You needed somebody to record your demo tape. You needed to take a demo tape to L.A. or New York to a record label, or else nobody would hear you. Like, that was just it. There was no way to live under the radar following your art without making a record deal. You know what I mean? So before 95, 96, think about how many talented rappers, singers, producers just never got that break because there just wasn't another way. So for that, the internet is a godsend. You know, it's like the Holy Grail. You know, it's the magic, the master sword in the forest, in, you know, Zelda. Like, so this is the ultimate discovery, because it allowed everybody to be on the same playing field. So now the big guys, the labels hate it, but everybody else loves it.
I honestly think you're somebody artists can look up to and learn from, because you basically took the internet and showed that you don't need a major label to get big. You're all over. You were just in the Mighty Nine game. You've been endorsed by Capcom.
Hey, look.
Obviously, WWE wasn't too mad about your CD that you made with Thunder Beach. You know what I mean?
Well, not even that.
You've shown that you don't need the major label.
Not even that, dog, but the fact that, look, I like the music I really truly listen to. Like, it's no offense, Mega Ran, but it's kind of far from what you do specifically as far as the nerdcore. Now, look, I love the shit, I do. It's just I've come to the conclusion there's way more out there than I've heard. Give me a list of fucking artists I need to listen to, but that's a different note altogether. You know, so you've obviously put yourself out there enough to where someone who mainly listens to horrorcore, ran across your shit and found it. So yeah, that's amazing. But you've went into a lot of the positives of the internet, dude. I'm curious, do you think it's had any negative side effects? And if so, what?
Well, yeah, there's a big negative, is that I think because of the anonymity factor, where everybody can, you know, say what they want to say and be mean and be stupid to people that they would never say those things to their face. They're suddenly able to be given a voice and an opinion that somehow matters. And so I think that's the worst part about the internet, is that any jackass with an opinion can get 1,000 followers and basically become an authority figure on anything, even though they know nothing about it.
Right.
So that's probably the negative of it. But I think there's no regulation on it. So therefore, if you can say something that's funny enough or controversial enough, that anyone will get behind it. And next thing you know, it's where a lot of mean idiots live. And so for that reason, that's probably the only negative. But I feel like that's just like real life,
Fair enough, man. And I'll tell you what, though. You kind of bring up in that a point that I wanted to bring up with you, especially based on the fact that you were a special education teacher. Because there's a lot of bullshit going on in this country. Well, this world right now, dog. From motherfuckers running people over in France and the tower getting, them trying to burn down the Eiffel Tower to all the shootings that are going on here with the police, and especially with you being a special education teacher in your past. The one I wanted to talk to you about, man, is did you see the autistic, the kid that was autistic? And he had I think it was, they didn't say it was his teacher. I don't remember what they referred to.
Oh, I know what happened. Exactly what happened with that.
Right.
It was a facility with an autistic kid, and he had got loose. And the autistic kid, somebody was trying to get the autistic kid and calm him down. And somebody called and said the autistic kid had a weapon, but it was really just a truck. And they had the autistic kid and the police surrounded by the guy. And they weren't listening to the guy, and they almost shot the autistic kid because he wouldn't sit down. Is that what you're talking about?
But they did shoot the guy. You know that, right?
No, they shot the guy. Yeah,
they shot the guy. The guy got hit. But they were shooting at the autistic kid, which only makes it 1,000 times worse. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just curious. Just what you say in the anonymity?
Yeah, he came up and he apologized, like, "Oh, that was the wrong guy." Like, "Oh, so you wanted to hit the kid with the special needs?" Like,
what do you make of that?
I don't know. Is there a question attached to that? Because that's just really just a messed up situation.
I just really want to know what you think of it, man. As far as in a whole, and what it does, and what it reflects upon us as a society.
I don't know, man. We're pretty messed up as a society, and it's like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I needed that story particularly to tell me that we need a lot of work. But man, like that's one of the ones where you're like, oh, you can't be serious. I have friends who work in special education still, and I gave a lot of my life, to teaching special education kids. And if I was in a situation like that, I think about what could have happened. Like I took my kids out into the community, and sometimes if they acted up, I would have to be the one to step in front of them and be like, hey, no, you don't understand. He's just processing it differently. And saying that to an angry police officer could have got me shot. So, it sucks, man. And it's something that I wish we could just, say that people need to treat people differently to fix it. But I think if everybody on the whole just considered human life and just thought before they acted, I think that we could do so much more. And so this is just another example of all that people just need to just think twice, or maybe even 3 times before they act.
Well, or at least use the non-lethal weapon, the taser you're given, not the fucking gun. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, and that's and that's happened before too, where people have accidentally shot someone when they meant to get the taser. So yeah, it could have been bad. It could have really been bad.
See, yeah, that's the thing that worries me, man. And like I said, we get into a lot of fucked up shit over here at No Thanksgiving Radio. Just so you know, Ray.
Yeah. All right, I gotta run. So, but I gotta run. But I probably have time for one more. If you got one more.
Oh, Mega Ran's gotta run. No, fuck that. Fuck that, because I got to do something off air, man. No. Oh, man, I ain't got time for the box. I don't.
Well, I think Mega Ran needs to educate you. Mega Ran, I think you should tell the Unknown Factor 5 artists he needs to go check out that you like. What's your top 5?
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one. All right, so what I'm feeling right now is top 5, I would say, go listen to some Gangstar, definitely. There's a new De La Soul album, so check that out. Childish Gambino, Chance the Rapper, check him out. And for the last one, I'm going to throw a curveball. There's a girl who's like 24 from London by the name of Little Sims, Simz. So check all of them out. and I think you'll get a bit of an idea of where my head's been lately.
Dang, man.
And that's a good range of stuff because it's not all like, sunshine, rainbow, happy-go-lucky rap. There's a good range of stuff in there. Like some guys are extremely witty and funny. Some guys are really positive. Some guys are just straight, raw, animals. So I think it's a good balance of people that will get you in a place of kind of where my inspiration's been coming from lately.
Hell yeah, man. That's what I'm saying.
That is a wide variety on that list.
Before you go, Mega Ran, I got to get a drop from you.
Of course. Are you ready to do it now?
Right now, dog. You're good to go. Just, no fucks given, all that shit, and rep all your shit, dude. If you want to throw something funny in there, I chop these things up all to hell.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's do it. Hey! Hello, everyone. This is Mega Ran. You may know me from albums such as Mega Ran or RNDM. I'm here with No Fucks Given Radio. No fucks all the time. Peace.
Hell yeah, dog. Hey, you want to give me your links and shit?
That was nice.
Like, all your website and everything, and I'll cut that shit in, too. That way, when the drop plays, dog, motherfuckers know right where to find you.
Oh, yeah. Website, megaran.com, twitter.com/megaran, Megaran Music on Facebook and everywhere else you go to find stuff. It looks like Meg Ryan, but it's not.
Or for real, I know for a fact you can type this dude's name in Google and all types of shit will pop up. I know because I did it recently.
Oh, it blows up. I gotta say, Mega Ran, it has been an honor to get to speak with you and pick your brain for these few minutes. You have no idea. I'm like, as soon as we hang up the screen, as soon as we hang up the phone, probably gonna scream like a little girl.
He better not, because I didn't
awesome.
say we were going off air. Mega Man's got to go because he's got shit to do. Mega Ran's got to go. Like, man, I swear, why'd you got to make your name so close to a game I played the shit out of? Because every time I say Mega, and dude, my head wants to say man, just because it's like I've said that
I know.
more than a decade.
I know.
I played the
That
shit.
was kind of the point, but yeah, that could backfire. What's your favorite Mega Man game then?
My favorite Mega. Oh god, dude, I ain't played them for so long. What was the one where they introduced the dog?
Oh, that was 3.
Yeah, the one where they introduced the dog did. Yeah, so Mega Man 3. God, it's been so long. Dude, I don't even have time to play video games no more, though, for real. I'm about to start investing more time into reading comic books because I have so fallen off just with this radio and the making music. Like, I ain't read a Deadpool comic in, 2 years, and that shit's
I gotta
unacceptable.
ask you, because it got a lot of hate, Mega Ran, real quick. Mighty 9, did you like it, or eh?
I actually liked it, man. A lot of my friends hate it, but I liked it. You gotta give it.
I liked it too.
And it's not Mega Man, so I think that once people got it out of their mind that it was not a Mega Man game, then they would be able to appreciate it for what it is and not for what it's not. It was hella challenging. Like I had a lot of trouble. I got to the end and it was frustrating, which is classic, just like the classic games are. And for that reason, I think it was a success. It was fun. All right, y'all, I got to run for real.
Hell yeah, Mega Ran. Hey,
Hi, Mega Ran. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for coming by, dude. It's been a dope interview, dog. Anytime you want to come back, you're more than welcome. And you'll always be able to catch a little bit of Mega Ran over No Fucks Given on rotation. You want to give any shout-outs before you go, dog?
Oh, I want to shout out my wife who's sitting at the table waiting for me to come back. And, of course, all the homies, Sky Blue, MC Lars, MC Chris, and everybody that I'll be seeing on the road on the next tour. And I'm out.
Hell yeah. Have a good night, dude. Tell your wife you said what's up.
All right, I will.
Much love.
Later, Mega Ran. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it, Joe.
Heck yeah, man. Always welcome back, man. Always. Yeah, that was Mega Ran. Check it out. Yeah. You know he's got that killer instinct. Check this out. We'll be right back, y'all.